all I'd ever known about drag was men who kind of portray a feminine being, this glamorous woman. And I was like, well, if I'm a trans woman, then how do I do drag?
Hey, I'm Jenny Mai here from the News Movement, and I'm here with Angel Au, a drag queen who's about to get ready for an amazing performance tonight. Are you ready?
I am. Let's get ready together.
Okay. What look are we doing?
I'm trying to go for a little like K-pop.
Okay.
But I was thinking like neutral on the eyes,
Great.
maybe a little glitter.
Love.
And then I usually do a red lip.
Okay, I brought a red lip.
So Angel's finishing up her last year as a student at NYU, but in her free time, she performs in drag all over the city. Her iconic drag looks have been recognized in Harper's Bazaar, Paper Magazine, and Them. And tonight, she's performing for an extra special cause.
Tonight, I will be performing at $3 Bill for Stand Up NYC. It's kind of, we're raising money for charities like the ACLU and Black Trans Liberation Project. Just kind of helping with everything that's been going on in like Tennessee and the drag bands. I'm in 2 numbers. The first number, it's a group number. So I'm doing it with my drag sisters. We're doing OMG New Jeans.
Oh, fun.
So
fun.
it's a cute K-pop number, and that's what I kind of want the makeup to channel.
Totally. We love a theme.
Yes. And I'm just excited about it because I think in New York City especially, there's rarely any like group Asian performances.
Yeah.
Like group drag Asian performances in New York City. And then the second number I'm doing is this number that I kind of put together in response to what's been happening in Tennessee. There's this viral clip of this, I don't even know what he does.
Is it someone ridiculous?
He basically was talking at CPAC, the conservative like conference. And he had this line that was like, transgenderism must be eradicated from public life on all levels. And that just really like struck me.
What struck you about it specifically?
Basically like the call for trans genocide. Because like, especially as a trans person, like a trans woman trying to navigate life.
Totally.
Just hearing those words was like, I was like, it was like a whirlwind of emotions, you know? And so it starts with that, and then it goes into Laverne Cox. She appeared on this new show in early January to talk about like what was happening at the time with banning gender affirming care for youth. I took clips from that, and then it goes into I'm here from The Color Purple.
Oh, beautiful.
So the whole message is kind of like trans people are here and I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. I can't wait to see it. I'd love to hear more about like your personal journey with drag. Like, how did you get into drag? How did you start finding the people that make up your community here?
Growing up, I was always very feminine. I liked like princesses and dresses and heels.
I love all that.
Kind of went from that, and then I found makeup. There's a popular YouTuber, their name's Miles J, and they kind of just opened this world at the time that, oh, you know, kind of wigs and makeup and dressing however you want is kind of like it doesn't have to be gendered, and you can just wear whatever you want, express yourself in whatever way you want.
Yeah.
And they did this collab with Willem, who is a drag queen, an alumni of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, so fun.
And that kind of exposed me to drag for the first time. And I was like, what is this? I started watching Drag Race. And that kind of gave me a glimpse into what drag was. And at the time, though, this was sophomore year of high school, I believe. I was also just like exploring my gender identity. And it was really kind of conflicting for me because all I'd ever known about drag was men who kind of portray a feminine being, this glamorous woman. And I was like, well, if I'm a trans woman, then how do I do drag?
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's definitely been a conversation too, right? Like I remember like there was like a RuPaul's controversy with like trans women on RuPaul specifically. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
So that was like a struggle of mine for a bit, and I didn't really know like what that meant. But luckily, around that same time, Peppermint was just casted on season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and she was the first openly trans woman to be casted on the show. And she said it beautifully. Trans is who she is, drag is what she does. And that kind of really cleared things up for me. And luckily, like, we've come so far, and now I feel like drag is much more accepting. It still has like a long way to go, but now, like, even in the city, like, there's so many like different drag performers of all gender expression. Like drag kings, drag queens, drag things.
For the uneducated, what is the difference between drag queen and drag king?
Yes. So a drag queen is just someone who does drag but does a hyper feminine version of it.
Gotcha.
And a drag king is someone who does the hyper masculine version of it.
Oh, gotcha.
Usually I feel like people associate drag queen as guy dressing up as girl, and then drag king as girl dressing up as guy. But I feel like nowadays it's like anyone can do drag, and it doesn't matter what gender you are. So
what are things that you think other people, allies, other people who want to get involved, other people who might not know, what are the best ways you think like people can get involved or help?
Number one, vote.
True.
I know it's like you hear all the time, but that honestly is so important. And I know, like, you know, sometimes we hear like, oh, but I live in a predominantly blue state, so it doesn't really matter who I vote for. But I feel like your vote is so important because it may not have an effect on you specifically, but your vote holds power. And who you vote for and that outcome affects more people than you know. Especially marginalized groups of people here in America. Another thing that people can do if they are looking to help is just to have difficult conversations with family members, friends, because I feel like there's still so much stigma and misunderstanding about trans people and what drag is and drag performers. We're just people.
Right.
We're just people who express ourselves through clothing and makeup and performance, and we just want to spread joy and love through our artistry, right? Trans people just want to live. They just want to live. They're literally minding their own business.
Okay. Quick makeup check. How many steps left?
Usually here I'd cut my crease and then eyeliner, then lashes.
I'm going to let you focus on that for now. I'm not going to distract you, and then we'll do like a... Okay, so the time has come.
Yes.
To put on our lashes. Which you have told me that you're good at, and it's going to be very fast, but I'm going to confess that I'm very bad at it.
I think for me, it's just doing people's makeup and then done.
Oh my God. I'm like still putting the glue on. Do you even use tweezers? You just pop them on? What the heck?
Because I used to have the worst time putting lashes on, and I was in a production of Bring It On the musical.
Oh, not my favorite movie, and okay, we have to talk about that.
But one of the makeup like this girl, she does makeup, and she'd watch me struggle to put on my lashes. She'd be like, girl, give me those. And she literally just took her fingers and went boop. So
Will you boop it on for me?
wait, open? I feel like that's good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Lashes on.
On.
Great.
Lipstick.
Lipstick. And then we're almost done. Gorgeous. So pretty. Do you do a setting spray?
I do.
Okay. Let's do a little final glitz.
My setting spray's inside.
Oh my god. Do you want to use mine?
Sure. Thank you.
Oh, for sure. I have this guy too. The bottle is crusty. Please don't judge it.
It's okay. Is this the old bottle?
It is literally, I've had it for so long. Okay. Ready? Last moment. 1, 2, 3. Ah, amazing! Yay!
And we're not going to stop existing if people don't teach about us. So we should have acceptance. It is our business if we're discriminated against in healthcare, in employment, in housing, which many of these people want to do. That is our business if we believe in liberty and justice for all Americans.